Is it off now?
It's off now.
Okay.
We good? Boy, there's going to be things with it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it's rolling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, here we are today. Uh, I've got my camera guy, Rich, who is a Navy veteran, helping me out with ideas and things like that today. And today we're going to be going through a guitar tutorial for The Gates of Eden by Bob Dylan, which comes off of the LP Bringing It All Back Home. And we're going to make this video go a little longer than some of my other videos because I'll tell you this right here now. I want this video to be right. I want it to be good. I want it to be perfect. Because there are no other tutorial videos out there for this song. I've looked. So I feel a real responsibility. Can I see me, Rich? My face for this part?
Yeah.
Okay. Then go down when I start playing. I want to. I feel burdened and a sense of responsibility to do this because there are no video tutorials for Gates of Eden by Bob Dylan, which is a magnificent song. And I want to be able to do it justice. Um, anyways, just a few things. This is not a Christian song. Bob Dylan's been in and out of his Christian philosophy his whole life, pretty much. Nobody really knows what he is. It doesn't matter. The reason why I mention it is just because of the fact that it looks spiritual, but I think it's more of a philosophical song, which is cool. I mean, he's got some real deep insights here. And it's very poetic. I mean, this is the kind of song that Shakespeare could have written the lyrics to this song. It's just wonderful. It's a very long song. It's in standard tuning. And there's a few chords in this song that you probably may not have heard of before that I'm going to introduce. And it's fairly easy to play, but it takes practice. And one of the things that I want to do with this video is I want to be able to put it all out there for you. I've been working on ironing it out for the last 2 months. I want you to be able to look at this video and feel confident that when you watch it, you can just go ahead and pick it up and play it within a couple of weeks. Because like I said, there is no tutorial. I learned this song, how to play it, by just simply taking the lyrics with the chords above the sections, and that really wasn't sufficient. I had to hone in and say, okay, that doesn't sound right, this doesn't sound right. I actually don't play it the way that I'm about to teach it exactly, because I change a little bit of it because I don't think every chord on the music sheet for the song sounds quite right. I'm an expert in this song, so it's got about 30,000 verses to it. But the thing is, we're only going to go over these 4 sections here of War and Peace. With his candle lit, the lamppost stands, and all in all can only fall, because the chord's the same throughout the song. It's the same chords throughout the song. So anyways, without delaying any further, the intro starts off with this CAD 9. It's C-A-D, C-A-D, D-9. It's like C-A-D-D 9. And that's basically your middle finger on the 5th string on the 3rd fret, the 4th finger on the 4th string on the 2nd fret. So basically talking about A and D right there. And then your ring finger is down here on the 3rd fret for the B string. And all this sounds very folksy, very country. So CAD 9 sounds like this. And I find myself going through that in G back and forth numerous times throughout the song. And one tip for playing this song is what you want to do is you can actually probably go back and forth between 2 versions of G. What do you, just answer a question, Rich, do you hear any difference between this and this?
Not much.
There's not much difference there at all. And in fact, there's a couple of different ways of playing B minor. You can play B minor like this, And you can play B minor like this, where you're actually bar chording the low E string. Oh, wait a minute, fingers are a little bit too far. Hold on. There is a difference between that and the other version. Okay, so anyways, just to go ahead and get started, like this is the only tutorial for Bob Dylan Gates of Eden, and he butchers all of his songs live, so I really want to be able to play it the way it is on the record. That's the way I fell in love with it. So I can't even find the record on the internet. I'm going from a lot of this from just the memory of the song and then going over the lyrics on a lyric sheet. So anyway, basically what he does is, this is the version of JD Plays, and it goes of War and Peace. And you can, what you can do here is you can actually downstrum the entire thing and then go down to D minor and then come up to F, C major, and then back to G. You can downstroke the whole thing, but you can also do this. So he goes, and Rich has told me that I can sing a little bit. So the way that I'm going to get you through this is I'm going to play the chord, and I'm going to sing each part. Are you down on, is my head showing now?
Yeah.
No, get my head out of this now, just the guitar.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to sing reluctantly, and so that way it'll make it easier for you to learn it. And I apologize in advance if you don't like my voice. It's a mixture of John Lennon and Bob Dylan singing. Isn't that right, Rich? That's what it sounds?
Yeah.
That's what John Lennon and Bob Dylan singing, all in the same voice. So it goes like this. We go G of War and Peace, right? Of War and Peace. Then you go down to D minor. D minor is not D. It's not D, and it's not D7. D minor is a version of D7 where you bring your forefinger down to the first fret on the high E string, and I bring my pinky over to the third fret on the B string. And that sounds something like this. The truth just twists, the truth just twists. And then you come up to F, and F is ring and pinky on the third fret at A and D respectively, okay? And then you just bring your forefinger over to bar the first fret on low E. Then you go down to C major, one stroke, okay? So we're gonna go through that real quick. Of War and Peace, the truth just twists, it's curfew, dull, it glides, right? Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, now you go back to G with upon four-legged, upon four-legged, back to D minor, forest clouds, up to F, the cowboy angel, hold on a second, the cowboy angel rides. You got that? There's several strokes in here where it's just one stroke. Like F is going to be 2, C major 1, and then G for rides. But then you're going to keep stroking it. But then what you want to do here, and you don't have to do this, I think it sounds fine if you go back to your CAD 9 and go back and forth. But the way the music shows it, it's actually a new chord. It's called CM. And what CM is it's CG. It's C major, except you play the C major with the pinky, and you bring the ring finger up here to fret right above the pinky on low E. And it sounds like this. Okay, you got that? Now you don't have to play it this way. It's kind of a pain, it hurts the hand. I actually don't play it all the time using the CG chord. That is a CG chord, that's just a couple of strums. and then go back to G. Except here at the end where you have rides, the cowboy angel rides, what you want to do is just start downstroking. Just downstroke G. And what I do with it is I actually fade out. Sometimes you can affect the sound and the effect of the sound by strumming lightly or more heavily. So what I do is I actually downstroke it right here, and I get real gentle with it. Because you're going to continue that chord and you don't want it to sound awkward. So then we come back down to with this candle lit into the sun. But it's a little bit different as far, we had total repetition between the first four lines. But when we come down to the second part, there's a difference. So with his candle lit, then we go to B, into the sun. We go from B minor modified to A minor, then we go back to G. Though its glow is waxed, though its glow is waxed in black. So we go B minor modified, A minor. Then we go back to G, all except, and then with this one, because this B minor doesn't, this modified doesn't sound right, I come up here to the real B minor. You put your two fingers where the other two fingers were on the 4th fret on, I believe that's D and G. Bring your middle finger down to fret the 3rd fret on B, and then you bar with your forefinger on the 2nd fret of low E. And then you come back down to A minor, and then you go back to G. And that's really pretty much it. We'll go through it with the lamppost stands just to give you a little bit more help here. So the lamppost stands with folded arms. Its iron claws attached. See, I don't really play CG. I just skipped over it. Like I said, you can actually go back and play Cat 9 and go back for it just to give a little bit more of a sound. You can just play around with it. And you know, I would encourage you to play this song for a half an hour and just have fun with it. And drag out the chords wherever you want to. Play them. You can play C major forever. At the end of that thing, just play C major. Just play C major. And then go back to CG. And then go back to G. And then maybe even toss the Cat 9 in there. Do whatever you want with it. Have fun with it. This is a beautiful song. Okay, so as we were with the lamppost stand with folded arms. So we go. The lamppost stands with folded arms. Its iron claws attached. And you don't have to have this big of a break. He usually goes iron claws attached and then right into 2 curves. So let's do that again. Okay. The lamppost stands with folded arms. Its iron claws attached. 2 curves beneath holes where babies wail, though its shadows matter. Badge. And then all in all can only fall with a crashing but meaningless low is basically the same thing. Of war and peace, the truth just twists, its curfew gullet glides. Upon 4-legged forest clouds, the cowboy angel rides. With his candle lit into the sun, though its glow is waxed and black, all except beneath the trees of Eden. Okay, so what I want to do with this last part, how long has the video been so far, Rich?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, that's perfect, that's fine. So what I want to do is to have you know, to kind of help you along, that, so the first part, is G, right? And then it's D minor, right? Right? And then it's F. And you go back to C major, right? C major, and then G, right? Then D. It's a total repetition, these first two lines, right? F, C major, G, right? And then C, G if you should so choose to play it, right? And that's the same thing for both of those. But when you get to with this candle lit, like I said before, it's different. With his candle lit, just one stroke into the sun, then go right back to G. Though its glow is waxed, A minor again, black, except here, you stop and you go D. Though its glow is waxed in black. Or, and then all except, and then we go back to that full B minor, and go to A minor, and then G again. And of course you can relate, switch back and forth between that and C, G. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully I've saved you some time. You can come back up to my face, Rich. Hopefully that saved you some time. Because again, I did this basically from scratch. And another reason why I would recommend you staying away, I mean, if you want to, from CG, is because for a beginning guitar player, which is what I try to make all these videos for, I know how frustrating it is. And by the way, for you single guys out there, this is a great song if you wanted to serenade some girl you like with it. So it might just be a whole lot easier. And another way you can play it, rather than even going to the CAD 9, just cut both of them out, and just like I said, just lightly, gently strum G, and then go back into it on the second bar. See how that goes? I ended with G, and then I switched to a downstroke, very gentle, and then you can actually go start into the next. So if you're a little inexperienced, you can just avoid all that and just stay on G that whole time on the end and into the beginning. So that can cut out a lot of the work for you if you're not that experienced on the guitar. So I hope you got something really, really wonderful out of this lesson. And the next video that we're going to do here in a minute is going to be Love Me Do by the Beatles. Great song, very easy to play. Have a good one.